fucking go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's get it. Texas, we get out of there with a victory, 33-30 over the defending Big 12 champion, Kansas State Wildcats. Look, man, it was not pretty. Man, it started off again, another week where it starts off immaculate, incredible. Malik Murphy was doing his damn thing. Adonai Mitchell went absolutely insane. Man, we went from fireworks to catastrophe nearly. And it's like, I just don't, why does it have to be like this? As a Texas fan, man, I'm tired of the heart pumping, the heart stopping, throbbing, near come from behind, near blowing victories. We've seen it time and time and time again. And this time, the Texas Longhorns, they had the testicular fortitude to man up and for 4 plays inside of the 5-yard line, keep Kansas State out of the end zone. Jesus Christ. My blood pressure cannot take this. It can't take this, man. Look, at the end of the day, we are 8-1. We're 8-1 and we're sitting atop the conference. What more can we ask for? You know what I'm saying? Like, my God. It feels good. It feels good to be a Longhorn, baby. Let's fucking go. All right, man, where do we start even? Where do we start? T'Vondre Sweat. I mean, T'Vondre Sweat, the defense in general played their absolute asses off. I know that the final score is 33-30, but listen, the defense was put in so many short field situations. The fact that Kansas State only came out with 30 points when they could be, honestly, they could have scored 40. Let's be real, they could have scored 40. The defense showed their strength. They showed their damn toughness. T'Vondre Sweat and Byron Murphy, Ethan Burke, goodness gracious, like the D-line went absolutely berserk. This Kansas State team came into this game averaging 226 rush yards a game. Guess how many rush yards they had? 30, something like 36 rushing yards in the entire game. If that is not the sign of a dominant goddamn defense, somebody's got to tell me what is, man. Somebody's going to have to explain it to me. T'Vondre Sweat and Byron Murphy went fucking insane in the middle of the field. Look, the D-line is, Barron Sorrell got him a sack. Ethan Burke had meniscus surgery a week and a half ago. Comes into this game and has got 2.5 sacks. Like, where Ethan Burke balled his ass off. The whole defense, man. The whole defense. Like I said in the preview leading up to this game, I thought if we could make Kansas State one-dimensional, if we could take away the run game, we were going to run away with the game. And I thought we were going to get up early and never look back. That started to happen. We got up early and we looked back and Kansas State came clawing their way all the way back. Holy Lord. You got to give credit to Kansas State. I mean, to be down where they were, it was 17-0 with about 30 seconds left in the first half. And they get the score that they need. They get the block punt. All the things that needed to happen for Kansas State from the 30-second mark going into the half to literally like 3 minutes into the third quarter. Everything that possibly bad could happen to Texas happened. Phillip Brooks catches the pass on, it's like a 3rd down catch on the sideline, spins out of the tackle from Ryan Watts, spins out of the tackle from Michael Taft, and then takes it into the end zone to put them, 14-27, I think, right at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And then right after that, Jonathan Brooks fumbles, gives them the ball on the 10-yard line. I think it was actually, no, Malik Murphy threw the interception, gives them the ball at the 10-yard line, and we get a stop. And then right after that, Jonathan Brooks fumbles the ball, gives them the ball right back on the 10-yard line again. But at the end of the day, a win against a conference opponent, especially a win against a conference opponent this talented, like that's, you can't ask for anything else. And I'll be the first to admit that I took Kansas State's talent for granted. I didn't think that this is a hard-nosed football team. At the end of the day, what Kansas State has is the fact that they never ever quit. This team does not quit. Like, there were so many times in this game when they were down 27-7 that they could have just said, look, the game is over. This team is just obviously too talented. You know, they're better than we are. They've outplayed us. They're outcoaching us. And they could have laid down and quit, and they didn't. They fought their asses off, and they made it a game. Took it all the way into overtime. And the offense can't get anything going in overtime. 1 yard gained on 3 downs. For the defense to do what they did, to come out there and play 4 downs inside of their 5 yard line and get the stop and get the sack and interception on a 4th down to end the game, it just feels really good, man. We are 8-1 and we completely control our destiny. Defensively, we played an outstanding game, save for the final, for a 3 or 4 minute stretch where things just absolutely went catastrophically bad for us. The defense did everything they needed to do. You could tell, man, they held belief in themselves. And they went out there and they played football. And they played football the best of their ability and came out with the win. Malik Murphy, I know everybody is going to jump on Malik Murphy's ass for the terrible interception because it was bad. You got to learn to throw the ball away or just take a damn sack, right? Not every play is going to be a touchdown, Malik. From the inaccuracy from the second quarter, about midway through the second quarter until the 4th quarter, he was just completely off. He looked like a completely different person. Because for the first 20 minutes of the game, Malik Murphy looked like the next great quarterback at Texas. The throws to Adonai Mitchell, the throws to Xavier Worthy downfield, the fits into windows. He was doing everything. He was playing the game perfectly. And you could tell Sark scripted a great game plan and a great opening 20 to 25 plays from Malik Murphy and for the whole offense. And then it was like just out of nowhere, Malik Murphy just couldn't hit an open pass. He couldn't hit Xavier Worthy. He couldn't hit Adonai Mitchell. He couldn't hit anybody. He could not hit the broadside of a barn. Literally, it's like he went from All-American to 4th string quarterback. I just don't, the drastic disparity in play was crazy. It was like night and day. It was like a night and day difference. Like 2 different Malik Murphys showed up for the game. Through all of that, through the mistakes, through the bad interception, through the inaccuracy, he found a way to gather himself, to remain composed and remain confident and deliver passes in crucial situations. The 4th and 4 conversion to JT Sanders with 2.5 minutes left to put us in field goal range was so great. I mean, it was great because he stood in there and you could tell he wanted to go to his first read and he waited for JT Sanders to find the window and delivered a dime to get us into field goal range. So for the mistakes that he had, when it mattered, when we absolutely needed Malik Murphy to come through and come clutch, he absolutely did. And you can't ask for more than that, right? You can't ask for more than that. Now, there are plays that he wishes he could have back, that we wish he could take back, that sometimes we wish he would just take a sack or throw the play away. But he's playing football, man. He's doing his absolute best. And I think he's out there, he wants to win the game, right? That's what he wants to do. He wants to win. And he made rookie mistakes. Again, he made freshman mistakes. He's only in his 2nd start. And this is by far the best team outside of Oklahoma, okay. I would say this is the most scrappy team that Texas has played all season. And Malik Murphy, he came in and he balled his ass off. He did what he had to do to win the game. And he put us in position to win. Now, he also put us in position to lose far too often. And he probably could have thrown about 2 or 3 more picks in the game, but he also could have thrown 2 or 3 more touchdowns. The pass interference call that doesn't get called on Xavier Worthy was absolutely insane. I don't understand what the refs are looking at. But, you know, for the most part, the refs weren't the reason that this game was as close as it was. However, there were some major calls. So the PI on Xavier Worthy, also the holding on Xavier Worthy that didn't get called is crazy. The first interception that Malik Murphy threw, Jonte Cook, honestly, it looked like he just fell down, in my opinion. Maybe there was a tug, but it looked like he just fell down. And to be fair, that route was really covered anyway. So that was not a good read by Malik Murphy. Is what it is. Again, he's trying to take shots downfield. He's trying to open up the field, and he wants to go in. Made a bad play. It's not necessarily his fault. Jonte Cook fell down, and they got the interception, right? But overall, the offense played complementary. The team in total played complementary football, but the offense stepped up in ways it needed to when Malik Murphy was struggling. The run game was phenomenal. We had over 200 yards rushing. Again, like I said in last week, like I said in the preview video, CJ Baxter had 90 yards rushing. Jonathan Brooks has over 100 yards rushing. Both guys played phenomenal football. The fourth down call by Steve Sarkisian, the 4th and 1, where CJ Baxter breaks it for 50 yards for the touchdown, was a phenomenal play call. I thought today Steve Sarkisian did an excellent job of play calling. Even on the 4th down where we turned the ball over in the red zone, it was a great play call. The red cat, Savion Red, when he hits that mesh, if he doesn't fumble the ball, JT Sanders is literally going to walk in for a touchdown. He's wide open. Nobody covered him. Savion Red dropped the ball, and that's a turnover on downs, right? That was a momentum killer. That's football, man. Like that happens. And you can't get mad at Sark for that play call because in the moment, that was a perfect play call. If it's executed right, the play call is 100% going to score a touchdown. So I'm not mad at him for that. I thought overall Sark called a fantastic game offensively. I thought PK was excellent defensively. The aggressiveness, the amount of blitzes we called, we harassed Will Howard all game long. And again, you just can't say enough about the defense and the D-line. Like, the D-line just absolutely, completely, and totally dominated the game from start to finish. From start to finish. The reason why Kansas State didn't score a couple of more times when they could have, because they were inside of our 15, the D-line. I mean, they did phenomenal. The missed field goal from 20 yards out, like, that doesn't happen if the D-line doesn't get pressure on Will Howard and get stops. If the D-line isn't absolutely obliterating the run game. Something like 30 attempts for 30 yards or 29 attempts for 30 yards rushing for Kansas State in the game is insane. Like, that's incredible. We made the plays we needed to. Again, the defense came up with plenty of plays to help the offense. We had 3 turnovers in this game. I believe, something like 3 turnovers. Ethan Burke with the strip sack fumble and the recovery by Jalen Ford at the goal line to essentially put us up, go from 17-7 to open. I think that was like one of the opening plays of the third quarter. We immediately go up 24-7. You can't fault them for having to defend 20, 25 yards of field. Like, less than that twice. You can't fault them for that. Overall, at the end of the day, the thing that I love the most is that when everything went to shit, when shit hit the fan, Texas bowed up and they came out on top. There's a decade's worth of history that tells us in games like this, Texas would lose. Texas would lose. You saw it happen several times last season. We're going up 21, 17, 24, 28 points and blowing leads, completely blowing leads and losing the game. This team did not allow that to happen. It got close and it got scary, but they delivered. They delivered and they completely are in control of their destiny to the college football playoff. The Big 12 championship for sure. We're sitting atop the Big 12 championship right now. I mean, we're sitting atop the Big 12. And it feels great, man. We're 8-1. We are 8-1. We're 8-1, y'all. For the first time since when? 2008, 2009? It's been 15 years. 15 years. It feels great. I'm gonna soak in this win for sure. I'm definitely gonna be taking a rewatch of the game. I gotta see, I gotta do the breakdown, see the ins and outs. But overall, I could not be happier. We gotta win, and that's all that matters. The team made critical plays, they made crucial plays, and they executed in moments when in previous years they would have folded. And we wouldn't be 8-1 right now. We would be 4-5, right? We have a lot to be proud of. We have a lot to be happy and excited about. And right now we're in complete control of our destiny and our future. It feels great. That's all I got for y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. Texas, again, comes out on top, 33-30, beating the defending Big 12 champion, Kansas State Wildcats. Hats off to them and that team. They fought their asses off and they gave us an excellent game. And this kind of rivalry, like, you wouldn't expect anything less, right? You would not expect anything less than something like this. And this is what we love about college football. This is what makes college football so exciting. This is what keeps us on the edge of our seats every single minute, because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen. But one thing we do know is that the Texas Longhorns are going to deliver victories when we need it. At least they have to this point. That's all I got for y'all, man. Whew. Texas Longhorns, 8-1. We did our thing. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like the video, turn on those notification bells, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Who is y'all's player of the game? Who impressed you the most? Who was your standouts? Outside of Adonai Mitchell, of course, because he had his 8 receptions for 149 yards. Fantastic football being played offensively. Fantastic football being played all around. We'll dive into the specifics. We'll get into the nitty gritty. We'll take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly later on. I'm Mr. Mo Betta, guys, and I am out. Peace and hook 'em.